Walton, I wanted to check some things with you for the design of the facade. I've made a few changes to the design since the last prototype, so I want to just show you some things. First thing is, down here, I've added a hole for, this is going to be an this is an M8 bolt, eye bolt that's going to go through the bottom of the design. And this is so that we can secure the bottom of the design onto the machine. So I was thinking we'd have an eye bolt and then a D-shackle here. You can see there. And then this is kind of like a cable tensioner. So then that would hook into another eye bolt that then would be bolted into the machine on the foot down here. And then that would just hook in. Then we can add tension to it. So these are standard components. Now, if I send you the reference numbers for them, for the dimensions, are you able to source them? Or if not, can you arrange for a sample to be sent to us so that then I can design it to those exact dimensions? Or if you can find, or if you've got ones already in your factory that are of a similar dimension, that'd be very helpful. So I'll send you the details for those parts there. Then in terms of the design, I've also added some more features for the electronics to go in. Now these green parts here, these don't need to be made by you. They're purely there for visual reference for my designing. But if I hide them, you can see what I've actually added here. These are the going to be the bolts that I want you to weld onto the inside of the face. So they're M3, and you said before, you could do it where you drill the hole in the front here, you then weld the bolt in, and then you just grind down the surface or polish the surface so that you can't actually see it. So then when it's powder coated on the front, you don't actually see anything, because then we need these internal fixings on here. What we've got here is a spacer. In fact, it might be easier if I take a section view. Yeah, so I've got like a nylon spacer here. Now the purpose of this is just so that the electronics aren't sitting directly touching the facade, which obviously could cause problems for the electronics. So we need to have these nylon spacers. Now these spacers are again a standard part I've found, but if you've got something you think would be more suitable, then that's fine. I mean, the diameter of these is M4 by 10 on the outside, 10mm diameter on the outside there, and they are, see how long they are. These are 6mm long. So they're basically just like little nylon washers which are to space the electronics so then they can be bolted on. And I've used that for anywhere that we've got like a PCB or something like that. I've put those on. Okay, so other changes. At the top here, I've done the same thing. So this is the main, this is actually the main controller. That's called the VMC for the machine. So again, we've got this time on the inside of this panel here. I've got the holes, and then I've got these bolts are going to be going through. I think these bolts are M4. No, they're M3 as well. So M3 bolts going there to fix on the PCB. Yeah, okay, so that, I mean, I think that is basically ready to go. I will need to obviously check with Adam before we actually release this, but we're hoping then that this will actually then be the final version of the design. Because the main problem we had was securing the bottom of the machine, because obviously sometimes it swings open at the bottom, so we need to have a way of fixing this on. So, yeah, so if you can let me know about these components here, if I send you through the details, I think I'll send you the webpage links that I found for them. And then you can tell me if you can source them, or if you've got a better alternative or something. Okay, if you can let me know, and then I'll release the final data to you, for manufacture. Okay, thanks, Walton.